Hi, Professor Yerby here. I wanted to quickly go over what your assignment 8 homework will be. So I really prefer you guys to work in a group of at least two. I think you'll learn a good bit more by working with someone and kind of negotiating the design that you'll do for this wireless network that's in this design. So you'll have this Word document in Desire to Learn, but I'll go ahead and give a overview of it. You're on a team and you've been solicited to complete a request for proposal for a private high school, Baba Booey High School. So the institution is two one-story buildings with 30 classrooms, 20 faculty offices, 20 staff and administrative offices, cafeteria, auditorium that seats 200 people, and a gymnasium. So I'll give you all this information because this will greatly influence the design of the wireless network that the Parents Teacher Association is asking you to design and then present to them so they can make their decision. Starting in the fall of 2014, all entering freshman students will be issued a hybrid tablet notebook computer as part of their tuition. Each year the school admits 100 to 120 students. Currently it's running a star topology using an Ethernet network. So the PTA is interested in adding wireless to the school and wants to know how this can be accomplished and at what price. So your job is going to be to answer these questions I'll show you here in just a moment, and then explain this to mothers and fathers who are paying for this. So you need to explain it in an easy to understand words. Try to avoid the tech speak. Try to make it simple and straightforward so that a person that's not going to be a technology specialist type person, that's not going to be a network administrator, so that they can understand what they're buying. They want to have wireless available in all the classrooms and in the auditorium. PTA is only interested in adding wireless capability. They are not concerned with upgrading or expanding the current wired network. So just to kind of reiterate here, your job is to do the wireless portion, and you can use the existing infrastructure. If it's not stated here in this description, feel free to make assumptions and just tell me the assumptions that you made if you had some questions. Here's the things that should be in your presentation to the PTA. You should research the cost to add wireless to the Baba Booey High School. So you should give us the cost, perhaps an image and the quality of the wireless routers. So tell us what kind of wireless routers your team selects. How many access points will you need and where will they be located? So think of things like the placement of access points. You want to have them close enough that there's just a little overlap. Having that small bit of overlap will allow a person to move about the building and maintain wireless access without having the multiple wireless access points interfering with each other. Projects should take between 7 to 14 days, and when you're factoring in your labor, the standard cost will be $150 an hour. Tell us what other type of equipment is needed. Perhaps you might need some additional Ethernet cable. You might need power supplies. You may want to consider power over Ethernet. Okay, and then you will want to draw in a software program of your choice. I really would prefer you to use Visio, but I'm not going to force you. Visio would be the smart choice. You'll be using it in your final project that you guys should be getting started on by now. To do the layout of the two buildings, including the classrooms. And then what you can do is you can take your Visio diagrams and you can place them in a PowerPoint presentation. I think that would make the most effective presentation to the PTA. So in that presentation, again, tell us where you're going to place those access points, where's the greatest need. So think about those criteria that we specified above, where we said that we wanted to cover the classrooms, we want to cover the auditorium. Think of maybe they may hold special events in the auditorium, and maybe they'll have 200 people in there. So kind of think of those things. I want you to define what BSS and ESS is, and then tell the PTA in English and plain non-tech speak, what this is, how this is important. Also look up STAs and how many STAs can communicate with each access point. So that'll be really important in your design. STA is a wireless network client, a desktop computer, laptop PDA. The access point is the central point, like a hub, that creates a basic service set to bridge a number of STAs from the wireless network to other existing networks. Explain how you will cover the campus with wireless, address possibilities of signal propagation. Tell me what the SSID is of your network. That can be fun. And if you're going to have multiple SSIDs, tell me why and why you went with that choice. So explain that. That should only take a sentence or two to tell me what your decision there is. Show the basics of the existing network. So in your Visio diagram, and you may have multiple Visio diagrams, show this. Draw half the classrooms with one wired connection and the other half have no connectivity. So you can assume that's however. I would probably assume that maybe every other classroom has one Ethernet connection for the instructor, and then there's no other connectivity in the classroom. All staff and administrative offices have wired connectivity to the network. The cafeteria has 4 computers connected to the network through Ethernet cables, and those are for cashier stands or whatever. And so this is what you'll do at the end. Explain to me, I'm acting as the head of the PTA, your findings. Present as if you're trying to win a bid for a contract. Ideally, one group will be chosen over any of the other groups. The winning group will receive a 100 for this weekly assignment, and the other groups will receive a lower score. So this is a competitive process. So I want you, again, working in teams. I think it gives you a better advantage. So do that. Demonstrate that you understand how to implement the wireless technologies. Make sure you give those cost estimates, give time estimates, explain how the technology works. Maybe you might want to cover address association and roaming. And then finally down here we have a rough diagram of Baba Booey High School that you're going to be covering. Okay, and that's it. So here's 24 classrooms, cafeteria, admin, everything here. So again, your job is to come in as a team and give a proposal to the PTA to cover Baba Booey High School with wireless connectivity. Thanks. Enjoy. It should be fun. Work together, please.